Are you thinking about buying a brand new home? Well, before you fall in love with that new construction smell, there are some pros and cons that you might want to hear. So make sure you stick around to the end because some of these could save you thousands of dollars. If you're thinking about making a move to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. I'd love to meet you there. My goal is to be your #1 real estate resource in Lancaster, PA. So any questions that you have, make sure you drop them down below. Now, let's get right into things, starting off with the pros. One of the biggest things that people love about brand new construction homes is you know what you're getting when it comes to brand new systems. So you know that you're getting brand new HVAC systems put in place, which a lot of these things, HVAC, water heaters, they're going to have all these warranties right off the bat for you and your family. So you know that, well, maybe sometimes, things do fail, even brand new. You're still knowing what you're getting, and you're going to have a warranty that's protecting you and your family for if anything does go wrong. And speaking of warranties are a huge thing that are expected amongst lots of builders in the area. So if you know you're buying a new construction home, there's going to be lots of warranties on a lot of different things. This could be structural systems or just even an overall warranty over everything in the whole house. That way you know that what you're getting is going to be assured, giving you much more peace of mind with what you're buying. Another super nice thing about new construction homes is that you're getting all these brand new, modern, open floor plans that are super popular in today's day and age. And there's a reason why a lot of these new construction homes and these newer floor plans are super popular. They got this open concept floor plan, which flows really nicely from living room to kitchen and even entryway, just all over the whole house. You get, this nice flow throughout the whole house. And there's a reason, not only just because appealing, aesthetically, it's a very appealing look to the house. There's a practicality to it where it is more efficient, to move through the house with heating and cooling, and it's much more efficient, as well as lets more natural light come through the house throughout the whole thing a lot easier than if it was more sectioned off from room to room. Therefore, you'd be using more electricity to light your home up, therefore a higher electricity bill. But also the open floor plan and concept makes the home look much bigger a lot of times than what it is, making it more appealing to the eye. Gives your home a much more grand feel than you would otherwise feel in a much more sectioned off, like living room, kitchen, just every room is sectioned off. You feel a lot more grand open flow in the home, giving you a more spacious feel in your day-to-day living. Another fantastic thing in some of these newer neighborhoods that is really a great thing that people like is some of the amenities that you get in these newer construction neighborhoods that you wouldn't otherwise be getting in these older neighborhoods. For example, not all the time, but in a lot of these newer neighborhoods, you're going to be getting pools or playgrounds or even sometimes gyms, which is fantastic. Getting these community rec centers where people can really hang out or use them and utilize them. These amenities aren't necessarily in all new construction neighborhoods, but a lot of them do have some sort of amenity that is, super nice and accessible to all the residents in the neighborhood. Even if it is just a park or a walking trail, a lot of these older neighborhoods, you're not going to get those nice amenities. And therefore, sometimes, they make the yards a little bit smaller because of that. And a lot of people like that because it's less yard to have to take care of, but yet you still get these nice things and these nice areas for children to play or activities to do, where you can still go on the walking trails or play in the parks or go to the field that is, part of that neighborhood and part of the amenities that they offer. So it's super nice to have those things in some of those newer neighborhoods. But it's not all great. I'll be totally blunt. I'll be the first one to tell you, it's, buying a new construction home isn't all great. There are downsides to buying new construction homes, so let's get into some of these cons here. Jumping into one of these first cons, the bottom line, that bottom price that you pay out of pocket buying a new construction home can get pretty high. I'll be the first to say it. There's a lot of upgrades that you can make when purchasing a home from a new construction company. You get a lot of add-ons and things that you can purchase in addition with the home that can add up pretty quickly. And a lot of the times it can feel like you need some of these things, especially if you don't want to have to do these things yourself or pay someone to do it later down the road and you want it done when you move in right away. A lot of these things can add up right away. They're going to have you add all these upgrades to the home, which sometimes you might feel like you need and sometimes you might not. But as you go through, that first initial top line price seems pretty attractive. Oh, that's not too bad of a priced home, but as you keep going down more and more and adding all these upgrades, it adds up pretty quickly, and you get all these upgrades, and that bottom line gets pretty high pretty quickly. Another downside to buying a new construction home, which might not be a huge issue to a lot of people, but to some people that are moving to Lancaster, they find this to be pretty important, and that's you're pretty limited in location with a lot of these new construction homes in Lancaster. There's not a whole lot of new construction going on in the city of Lancaster itself. So if you're looking to move to be in inner city Lancaster, you might want to look at some other options and be pretty open with what you're looking at and not be super limited to, oh, I want to be in the city and I want to be in a brand new, fresh, new construction home. A lot of these homes in the city are these older 1900 homes. So you're going to be a little limited, especially with the inner city. Some on the outskirts, they're kind of building some newer homes. But still, even in the inner city where a lot of people would like to be and want to be close to the action, you're not going to be getting that brand new, fresh paint smell. A lot of the newer construction that's going up in the city right now is going to be apartments and condos, meaning if you're wanting to be in the inner city but you need a bigger house, let's say you got a family or something like that, I would recommend that you more so look towards remodeling or restored homes. Look to some of these older homes that you see potential in remodeling and, bringing them back to life, or maybe look at some of these ones that have been recently remodeled or restored that are in the inner city where you want to be. If your location is really more important to you, that's something you might want to really weigh out. Is it new construction or is it new location? And sometimes, depending on what you're really looking for, sometimes you can't have both, unfortunately, in an older city like this one. While we are seeing new construction being built, it is just a lot of it being condos and apartment buildings. So if you're stuck between what's more important to you, leave a comment down below. Let me know. I'd love to be able to help you out and chat with you and connect, and maybe set up a buyer strategy review where we can go over best strategy to achieve your goals as a buyer, and figure out what is most important to you and how we can achieve that. Another big downside to new construction homes, which I'm seeing repeatedly over and over again, are these lot sizes that I'm seeing. So, you might be paying that new construction premium, and you might be a little bit disappointed by the amount of land that you're getting with what you're buying, the bang for your buck, we might call it. So it's a little unfortunate because sometimes you might go out onto your back deck, and you're feels like you're right on top of your neighbor. So it can be unfortunate. While some people might look at that as a plus because it's less yard work and less stuff you have to worry about, it is looked at as a downside by a lot of people because you don't have that privacy that a lot of people want. So you're kind of right on top of your neighbor, and you don't have that space for having, your kids to be able to run around, or sometimes you don't even have space to put in a pool, or, to have that backyard that you want, that backyard of your dreams, which you feel that you should be able to have. Another big downside to buying a new construction home is that there's a lot less variety of what you can pick from and choose from. The likelihood of you having a cookie cutter home that's the same as your next door neighbors is pretty high with buying a new construction home. A lot of builders, they have select floor plans that you can pick and choose from, and while there's small upgrades to, make your home a little unique as you're going through the design process of buying a brand new fresh home off the market, off the build lot, you're going to be struggling with making your home unique and your own. A lot of these older homes, a lot of them have been unique, half of which because builders were more creative back then, architects were more creative, some of them those homes were custom. A lot of these cookie cutter builder grade homes haven't had time to be built into becoming their own, the owners making it their own home. So it's this fresh, blank slate home, which could be looked at as a good thing by some people, but some people look at it as just another cookie cutter, nothing special to look at here home, where they really want something that's unique in their own and that has character and that uniqueness of an old home. The last thing that can get on a lot of home buyers' nerves, especially with new construction homes, are HOAs. While some HOAs can be good and a lot of people like their HOA, some of them can be pretty over restrictive. So some of them you'll see restrictions on putting up certain fences around your yard, or parking an RV somewhere on your lot, even if it is parked away out of sight. they can still be in control over that, which is unfortunate. And some of them even control which color you can paint your door, which, you know, can be a little excessive at times. So while HOAs are nice because they can keep your next door neighbor from turning their front lawn into a junkyard, they can be a little over restrictive sometimes with how you paint things, what color you paint things, and even if it might look nice in your eyes, you know, the HOA wants to see just this sameness over and over, and that kind of contributes to a lot of that new construction cookie cutter look, because you can't really do a whole lot to the home to make it your own because there's an HOA restricting you. So that can be unfortunate, as well as then you also have that HOA fee every month or quarter or annually, however you pay it, and that can be unfortunate as well. I mean, it's just another expense. And a lot of times they're not terribly high, but it's another expense that you got to pay. And they do upkeep the neighborhood and keep it really nice a lot of the times, but still it's just another bill that you got to pay at the end of the month, which can be unfortunate to some people. But overall, it really just comes down to what's important to you as a home buyer. And every home buyer has their own unique story and their own unique personality, and different things are important to different home buyers. I'm not here to tell you what's important to you. I'm here to help you to figure out what's important to you and what you truly want. So if you're looking to move to Lancaster, PA, or you're looking to buy or sell here, leave a comment down below. I want to connect with you there. My goal, like I said at the beginning of this video, is to be your #1 real estate resource. I make these videos to help inform people, but I can't talk about everything here. So if you want to connect with me, leave a comment down below. I'd love to chat with you, help you out, and figure out, you know, the best plan of attack for you and your home buying journey.